In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Before we get started, I just want to inform you that this series was recorded over Discord. If the quality dips, it's due to connection issues. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring Dr. Cal and his creation, Proto. Follow along as he learns how to live and survive beyond the confines of the Zelek dynasty. Dr. Cal, you pass out and you feel like you just traveled thousands of light years. You feel yourself walking through this open archway that looks like everything is black around you, but you see these white inscribed, they almost look like sigils, and they're massive. You look around you, you feel a presence as more archways open up. 3 of them. And they are all glowing this white light that looks like it's shattering in different places and glitching out. Much like the glitching that you saw when you probed Proto. What do you do?
Okay. There's an archway in front of me, and then under this archway...
There's 3 archways that just
3
appeared.
archways. Okay. Everything else is black.
Everything else is black. You see what looks like, it almost looks like writing above you, and it just extends up to, well, you can't see an end to it. And they look like, actually, roll me a lore check.
Lore check?
A lore check, please.
No. I almost rolled a d20, because I have all my d20s on the table.
That's a sin.
No, Matt. A sin is a robot. 21.
28. You feel like you've
21.
seen... Oh, 21. Sorry.
Yeah, how did you... Hey.
I thought I heard 28. Sorry. As you look up, you feel like you've seen symbols that are similar to the ones that you see above you. It looks like Psyox. You don't know how to read Psyox. But also there's like a deviation, almost like this is a different dialect or something like that.
we're within my mind. Dr. Cal like instinctively goes for his translator, and then I imagine there isn't anything on my back.
No, nothing. Actually, when you look at your body, you can't really see what is there except for the white light that is shining. It's illuminating the fact that you actually have nothing on you. You are completely naked.
You already said pink.
So what do you do as you see that you don't have anything on you at all?
Well, once again, we get ourselves in a weird predicament, didn't we? He just kind of stretches. He's like, can I never just sleep anymore? These are getting weird. There's no defining features between the three arches, right?
No.
Dr. Cal just kind of looks around for a bit. He's like, I would try contacting Allfather, but that don't work.
I mean, how do you know it's not gonna work? Because it hasn't worked any time before.
Dr. Cal rolls a religion. I mean, Dr. Cal tries to pray to his god, not roll a religion.
Gonna take out my
this isn't a dice game.
Black and green dice to roll for this one.
Wow, that's fun. Oh god, I have such good religion, but it doesn't help. Hey, Matt. That was a bad sound. I'm guessing a 22 doesn't work.
You focus. It feels like the one time that you probed Proto and you tried to contact the Allfather, and you had no connection at all.
Well, doubt the kinetic can help me here. He seems to be fizzled out. Well, let's see here.
All right. Sorry, guys. You might have heard like a little skip there. It's because there is some technical difficulties happening right now. My Discord likes to pop off and make it to where I can't hear anyone, but they can hear me. So it kind of sucks. Right now, I just popped onto my phone, so the quality is going to be a little down, but hopefully nothing like this happens. Nothing to where I can't hear anyone. So, Dr. Cal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, the quality is going to be down, so hopefully people can hear. You're going to be able to hear my voice fine, but everyone else is going to kind of suck a little bit.
Yeah, no, and it's not our fault.
Yeah.
Blame Matt.
Yeah, you can blame me. You can blame me. But anyways, back to where we were at. There are 3 archways inside this dark space. You are completely nude, naked. I have nothing on you. No gadgets, no gear, no nothing. And you see these this text that is sprawling up to where you like basically you can't read it, but it seems like some kind of psyox in a way. And what is your action? What are you going to do, Dr. Cal?
Dr. Cal just takes a moment to kind of think about it. He's like, I can't call my god. So, forward it is. And he heads to the center one.
All right. You head into the center one. As you head into the center one, you go through and suddenly a massive noise echoes across this space. And then You enter through what looks like... It looks like this black wall that has these crevices, these fissures all across it, scattered. And it begins to crack, and then you see this bright light that blinds you and engulfs your entire body as you suddenly drop and land in that same alleyway from before.
Wait a second. Wait.
The same
I'm
alleyway.
I'm still naked.
You are still naked. You see the same alleyway that you were in, where you see a large, massive structure that goes end to end down the horizon, and it is dark here. There are no people walking through. You seem to be in Sector 399 of Vicronics.
Well, I guess off to where we started. And Dr. Cal goes inside of that area. Walks around to the front, kind of heads inside.
You begin to head through. Inside, you begin to walk down these mazes. I'd like you to roll me a navigation check.
Navigation?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if that was a typical skill or not. Oh, that isn't great. Okay, so that's not great. 16.
You begin to walk through this maze-like structure, and you remember there being these, what seemed to be these nodes of some kind, where they had panels on them, and they were showing this like glitched out code that showed you the 562 number. And instead, you don't find any. Instead, you reach a point where you are blocked off by a wall, and then you see a door on both sides of you. And when you open each door leads back to where you started.
How does that work? There's nothing else in here? Dr. Cal kind of looks behind him.
You look behind you, and you see the same path that you just took to get here in the first place.
Dr. Cal just kind of... Is there any cracks or anything in this wall in front of him?
Roll me a perception check.
Perception check? Oh, perception check. Okay, that's a 6 plus 12 plus 6, which equals a 24.
You look at this wall. It is completely clean, completely fine. There's no cracks, no fissures or anything like that.
Well, this is anything like last time. Am I still... Dr. Cal, try something. I know when you're probing that you can kind of move around differently.
Yeah.
He tries seeing if he can float here to make sure he's like probing properly.
Go ahead and roll me a straight will check.
Straight will. 15.
You try to do so, you cannot.
Wait, am I probing? No, I have to. No. And Dr. Cal just kind of walks out the left door.
Okay, you walk out of the left door. As you walk out, I'd like you to roll me a perception check. Again.
8 plus 12, 20 plus 6, 26.
It looks like
Wait, 28.
It looks like
no, 26. 26.
It looks like you've started.
Sorry.
You're right at where you started.
Well, let's try this again. And Dr. Cal goes back towards the front.
You go back towards the front and begin to walk down a separate navigated path to try to find what you're looking for, and you return back to a similar dead end with no doors this time.
Okay. Dr. Cal just kind of, once again, there's no cracks or anything, right?
No cracks.
Dr. Cal just kind of goes into the maze again. He's not seeing what else that he can do.
You begin to go through. I'd like you to roll me another navigation check.
Come on, navigation. Come on. Oh. 7 plus 12 equals... Altogether, that's a 20.
As you continue moving through, you reach a point where you see what seems to be a larger clearing, a circular clearing, and it looks like one of those clearings where you saw that structure from before, the node. And there's nothing here, but as you look at the ground, you see these piles of what looks like scrap metal.
Wait, what does this remind me of?
It looks
the
like
nodes.
Yeah, the places where the glitched out code was at from before with the 562. But
okay.
But it doesn't have one of them. Instead, there's scrap metal all across the ground, scattered.
I kind of look over the scrap metal, see if anything.
Go ahead and roll me.
Observe.
Go ahead and roll me a mechanics check.
Mechanics check? Wow, Matt, it's almost like I made fun of mechanics checks before the session. 21 plus 5, 26.
As you look at this scrap metal, you notice that each piece is almost like it's like a shell of something, and they might go together if you're able to put them together.
Well, I guess it's worth a shot. And Dr. Cal tries putting them together.
All right, go ahead and roll me a craft check.
This fails. Oh my god. 20.
20. As you
I should probably
do this, this takes a lot of time, it feels like, and you can't help but feel exhausted after a certain point of moving these massive slabs of just metal, and then trying trying to figure out a way to screw them together, and you don't have any materials to be able to do much with it. It feels like hours go by, like 10 hours, and then at a certain point you feel like you need to rest, and you then rest, and then after you rest you come back to it and you continue to work, and it takes even longer and longer. It feels like days start to pass that you're inside here working on this, and you don't know if you're going to wake up, or if you're here or like present where you were on the ship, or like if you're in your mind. But you feel like you should have woken up at this point after building this structure, and you're about 50% done after about 5 days of work. Do you continue to work?
Yeah, Dr. Cal continues.
Okay, you continue to work. It feels like more days continue to pass as you see that the structure is you're making headway on it. It's about like 75% of the way done, and you could see like what it actually is intended to look like. And you remember it from when you probed Proto, and the last part that you're going to need to do is get the panel fixed up so that you can actually potentially use it. You feel like maybe you'd be able to use it this time because this doesn't seem like you're probing. It seems like it's an actual like there's something physical here because you've been crafting for so long. So as you go to actually fix up this panel, I'd like you to roll me a coding check.
Coding. My old friend. Once again. 28.
Okay. As you work on this also takes some time. Not as long as it took you to grab all the pieces and figure out a way to put them all together. Thankfully, the pieces that were able to be put together, in ways that it seemed like it was meant to be that way. To act like Lego pieces, where they clocked together. The hardest part was to move them and get them all together and make sure that they were all symmetrically aligned. And once you got the actual computer console all situated, you had to code in, and you see that there is some kind of underlying code that is there to help guide you through the process. As you go through this process, you notice that actually roll me a perception check with intellect.
Doesn't. And Matt, just so you know, that changes literally nothing anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it literally is.
It changes literally nothing now. That is a 22.
A 22.
Pretty good roll. Well, it's a bad roll. It's a good monitor.
You notice that there's something about this code that reminds you of when you were building Proto, when you were working on Proto. And there is some kind of archive data that is built into whatever this structure is. And it's a very deep archive of data. and you feel like once you finish it, you might be able to access it.
Out of curiosity, Dr. Cal just kind of keeps that in the back of his mind, just keeps on working on.
Okay, you continue to work on for about 3 more days. You go and rest. You come back to it. You go and rest. You come back to it. And once you finish up, you see the panel turns on, and as it turns on, you see it begins to glow this white light, a bright white light that begins to shine in your eyes, and then you wake up inside the ship.
Hey, Sylvie, you're still powered on, right?
You look over and I need you to roll me an endurance check.
An endurance check?
Endurance, yes.
That's an interesting check. Why am I rolling endurance? I remember rolling endurance before.
I wonder why.
Hey, Matt, did I accidentally touch some sort of higher power?
I like you to
roll me the only time I remember
an endurance check.
Oh, God, this is a bad endurance check. Okay, I don't have anything in endurance. Hey, Matt, do I die with an 8?
With an 8...
Yeah, am I dead?
You feel very, you feel like a sharp pain coming through your arm and your hand currently, and you look over and you see that your finger is still snapped. You
right. Damn.
You do take 7 points. You do take 7 points to your stamina.
Just as a realization, I did not get any more energy from that rest, even though it felt like it was 10 days.
It felt like you were asleep for well over a week.
Do I get any more energy out of it?
No.
Okay. I'm just double checking. I'm double checking. If my energy supply is low.
As you look over and you say what you said about Sylvie, you hear, hello.
Hey, Sylvie, do you know how long I've been out?
You've been out for around 9 hours now.
Only 9 hours? Dreams are weird.
Oh, and how are you feeling? Are you okay? How is your head doing?
I'm doing great. Mostly. My hand hurts, though. Dr. Cal is, like, shifting on his bed, and he made sure not to put any weight on his bad hand.
Yeah, and you hear her say, do you remember what happened?
There was... Oh, God, what happened? I'd have to double check with Proto. What happened? Where's Proto? Oh, right, Proto disappeared. Damn. God. We don't have any clue. No, we had a clue on where Proto went. What was his name? Dr. Cal checks for his Core Command Codex, because I think that's what it was on, right?
It was on...
that message?
No, the message came through from Civil's. Civil was able to recover the message. But Sylvie says, the one pilot Hagar said that they were taking Proto for reasons we are not sure entirely.
Right.
But I've been running calculations for the past 9 hours to see if I could find Proto for you, because I know he is like a son to you, so I'm sure you'd want him back, right?
I do, but it might not be worth stressing about. We know next to nothing about this Hadar fellow, if I remember correctly. He had something to do with, what was the name of that crash ship that Liam fellow was a part of? Solar Orbiter?
Yes, he was the pilot of the Solar Orbiter. That is what I overheard, and also, Caliber told me as well. Caliber is currently down in training. Do you want me to call him up?
No, it's not worth annoying Caliber. I need to go to the med station first anyway. And Dr. Cal, goes over and grabs Sylvie.
Caliber had said that...
Well, Sylvie's noted.
That he needs to speak with you, though. About something.
He can speak with me after I get I made sure my hand isn't fully broken.
Okay. Do you want to take me with you?
Yeah, that's why he grabbed Sylvie.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't...
yeah, no, he kind of put Sylvie on one of the outer pockets to make sure her, projector is still out there, if I remember, because Proto made that projector for her.
Mm-hmm.
This is about the best I can do for you, Sylvie. And he kind of puts it in, one of the side pockets on his backpack.
Oh, don't worry about me.
Okay.
Don't worry about me. I'm just more worried about you.
Once we make sure everything's working, my hand isn't going to be stuck like this. What else was happening? Do you know if the engines are still down?
They are currently still down, yes.
They might need help with that. Well, we can work on that after talking with Caleb. And Dr. Cal starts walking towards the med bay.
All right, the door slides open. You begin to walk down the hall. As you're walking down the hall, you go over towards the med bay. You get over to the door. The door slides open, and you enter inside as you see Dr. Dresden is over there checking up on one of the crewmates and giving a diagnosis of their situation, and then looks over. It's like, Dr. Cal, you're awake. Good. Come over here. Come over here. Here, take a seat.
The only thing I have is a broken hand, Doctor. And he kind of, I guess, gets up into that seat because I imagine these are prime sized.
Yeah, and then he goes and checks. You actually see that there's a few steps for you to step onto to get up into the actual bed.
Oh,
and then
that's nice.
You see him going and checking on your neck to make sure that you don't have any bruises around your neck, and then you see him checking on your hand. It's like, it's a good clean break, so it's nothing too major. We can handle that pretty quickly. How are you mentally?
Well, I can't tell if it has something to do with, the Monty situation. Did I wait? Was I supposed to talk about that?
I mean,
I can't remember if Dr. Cal was supposed to talk about that. It might have something to do with.
I feel like Dr. Cal.
Experience.
I feel like Dr. Cal would probably just let that slip.
Yeah, no, that's in character. Headaches from that, but besides the weird dream I had that felt like I was knocked out for 10 days, I'm fine.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm gonna give you some medicine to make sure that you are feeling better. But first, let's fix that break, shall we?
Yes.
You see,
Sylvie, can you send a text to Caliber? Tell him to meet me in Med when he can.
already done.
Thank you.
Caliber. You are just finishing up a workout as you get a from your codex, and you go and check it, and you see a message from Sylvie saying that Dr. Cow is awake and is being treated. His hand is being treated currently. If you'd like to come and find us at the med bay, you can.
I'm gonna go to the med bay, and as I'm walking, I'm just gonna send a message back to Sylvie saying, "How did you get my contact information?"
So Sylvie messages back, I accessed your codex when you weren't looking.
AIs.
He's just gonna message back, "That's a breach of privacy. Ask permission next time."
I apologize. I am trying to look out for Cal, and I figured having your contact information would be very good for him.
You're not wrong.
Especially with the product being gone.
She says, I know. I tend to be right most of the time.
Can you just walk to the med bay?
You go and leave the room and begin to walk over, and you, as you're walking over, I'd like you to roll me a perception check.
There you go. Nine, 8. $17.
17. As you are walking through, you notice that someone is following you. You look back and you see the Nugonian from before, Quive. He's following you. He hasn't said a word, but he seems to be following you.
Is there anybody else in the hallway?
You see some officers walking between you guys, and as you're walking through these hallways, going over towards the lift to take you up to where the med bay chamber is at, you overhear the officers saying, "Oh, did you hear about what the commander was talking about earlier?" It's like, "Yeah, I hope we don't get ambushed or anything like that. That'd be very bad. We're already sitting ducks out here." And you see them continuing to walk.
I'm gonna wave to the... I keep forgetting his name.
You're gonna wave over to the Nugonian?
Yes, I'm gonna wave to the Nugonian.
You wave you wave to him, and he shakes his head no, like he doesn't want to be seen with you. So he's just walking behind you, and then waits until you get into the lift, into the elevator, and then he gets inside the elevator, and then he looks over. He's like, "I'm heading over to wait, where are you heading over to?" And you see he's trying to act like he doesn't. he doesn't know where you're going, but he wants to go to where you're going.
I'm going over to the med bay. Dr. Cal's in there. He's awake now.
I need to go to the med bay because I need to check on some stuff on my body person thing. Yes. So if you could press on the med bay one for me. You go and press on the med bay as the door slides closed and begins to head up, and you hear in your head, I'm thinking about if we get ambushed, we take an escape pod.
I'm sorry, but you were going right now for that map.
Suddenly the door slides open and you walk down the hallway. You begin walking down the hallway towards the med bay, and then he says, "It's like I want to make sure that we're good. I was able to sabotage the systems so that it will take them more time, but there is a potential chance that the longer that we are stranded out here in the middle of space, that there might be some like a Carver raid that might occur because we are within the space of pirates and stuff like that."
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to keep us stranded out here. Once you show me about the cow what you need to, I would suggest stopping the sabotage.
Okay, well, I want to make sure that I can show you guys what I know, and then, or what I don't know, I guess, and see if maybe you guys can put the pieces together. And then suddenly the door slides open to the med bay as you enter inside, and you see that Dr. Cow is over laying on a bed, and Dr. Dresden is checking on his hand. Oh yeah, nice. Oh my god. Dr. Cow, within a split second, you feel a slight pinch, and then your hand feels good. You recover your stamina back, and you also recover 12 points of energy.
What? 12 points of energy, Matt?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm almost not dead from energy anymore. I'm just kidding. I have more than half my energy back.
That's good. Look at that. And you see walking in with Caliber is the Nugonian that you had met before, Quive.
I've done telepathy with Clive before, right?
You have. You actually talked to him, and he said that he had something that he needed to talk to you about. Something very important.
I can do telepathy from range. Yeah, I can. I do some telepathy, and I'm like, "What's up, Clive?"
Doctor?
Just with telepathy.
Doctor, I need to speak to you and Caliber here together, if possible.
In telepathy, hello. I'm like, somewhere else?
You see Quive looks over towards Dr. Dresden and is like, "Hello, Dr. Dresden, good to see you. I'm just here to get a little checkup on my my arm." Like, "Didn't I already do a checkup on you, Quive?" It's like, "Oh, you're right. I forgot. I forgot about that. Sorry. I'm a little worn out from all the working inside the engine, the drive core chamber. But yeah, and I'll just go out then." It's like, if you're feeling tired, I can give you some nutritional some nutritions to make sure that you get your stamina back. Like, "Oh, that'd be great. If just a pack would be nice." And you see the Dr. Dresden goes over to the side and then walks over towards you, Dr. Cal, and is like, "I need to have you and Caliber probe my mind."
He's saying that in telepathy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why do we need to probe? Does this have to do with that secret thing that you think is happening?
Yes, I need you to see exactly what I see in my memories so that you can figure it out yourself. Since you and Caliber are the only two inside the ship, and also within the Admiral's purview, maybe you two can help me since you don't have an allegiance to Core Command.
Dr. Cal takes a moment, and didn't the general mention that they had a weird treatment if Dr. Cal feels like too much information would be lost?
Yeah.
I think Core Command told me about a weird treatment.
You do remember that there was a thing that occurred where you had memories taken from you and then given back to you. And then there was also that chamber where what you thought was an Orasian, and you guys, Proto had pried open doors where you saw these tubes inside, and you didn't know exactly what was going on inside there, and it was completely locked to you, but you were able to get in because of Proto, and that when that Orasian had gone in there, he was laughing about something and about how he got all the data that he needed and then left.
I think I know what's going on already. Is all Dr. Cal says in telepathy.
He says, I don't think you know the half of it.
Please.
Just meet me at your room in 30 minutes.
Okay, Doc, I'll be there soon. All in telepathy. Then he shuts off his telepathy.
You see Dr.
He's just kind of looking at Dresden.
Dr. Dresden hands him a nutrition and is like, thank you. All right. Farewell, everyone. I'm going back to work and then maybe resting a little bit more after that. And you see him step out and then walk out. He is an odd one, Dresden says.
Ships' engines have been on for how long? At least 10 hours or something now?
Almost that long. But there's
He's probably just stressed.
Well, we're all stressed right now. If we're not able to get out of here within the next few hours, then there's a potential chance that, well, we're in deep space, which means that we're in Carver territory. Carver territory is not a good place to be, especially for ships this size.
Wait, did you say Carver territory?
Yep.
That's a bad name. That's what we call a no-no name. Oh, no. Dr. Cal is just like, well, take a little bit of time. Make sure not to work my hands too hard today. Thank you, Dr. Dresden. Dresden was the one who got, what was it? Intimidated by Proto, right?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I still have no idea what's going on with Proto. I fear old programming from his core might be re-emerging.
Don't worry about it. For now, let's just focus on getting ourselves out of this situation that we're in. All right?
I'll be there soon after I take a few nutrition. And Dr. Cal starts walking to his base. He kind of stops over at Caliber.
Yeah, Caliber. You see Dr. Cal is there. You guys may walk over together and roleplay if you would like.
Dr. Cal sends a telepathy to Caliber. You're fine with telepathy, right?
Still getting a little used to it. But
it's one of the best ways to communicate on a non-Nugonian ship.
Clearly. Every 2 seconds I'm with Clive, he constantly uses telepathy to talk to me.
To be fair, it's pretty much within our blood. What do you know what he's looking for?
No, well, kind of. He explained it. He tried to explain it to me before everything happened with Frodo, but well, kind of poor at explaining things. Sounded like a nutcase. Then we got interrupted by his commanding officer.
Yeah. There are some suspicious stuff going around. That Admiral, he's not the most clean character.
You guys enter inside
Definitely.
the lift to go back to your chamber, and the lift opens up. You guys walk down the hall.
Thanks. But worst case scenario, we got to turn him into a psych ward.
True. Think you can fix my armor while we're waiting on something to happen?
He said 30 minutes. Dr. Cal stops telepathy. He said 30... Oh, right. It will be a bit.
So you go over to your room. The door slides open, and you go over. Are you gonna fix up Calibur's armor?
I'm gonna fix up Calibur's armor.
All right, go ahead and roll me a craft check. Actually, wait.
I'm not just gonna roll a craft check.
You don't even need to roll a craft check.
Oh, is it already under my thing?
What is
my minimum?
Your minimum that you could have.
My minimum's a 13. Sorry, that's wrong. My minimum's an 18.
Much wrong. Okay, your minimum is enough to be able to easily after like the 30 minutes you're able to fix it up all the way.
I just imagine Dr. Cal didn't even have to do a diagnostic. He just started replacing some panels.
Yeah, basically.
Before you knew it, he was done.
Yeah. But yeah,
Tell me if you ever want some more complex armor.
Your armor threshold.
Pretty simple.
Your armor threshold goes back to your max now, which is, I believe, 14. And now you guys are inside here, and you hear the door. A knock comes onto it.
Dr. Cal locks up his crafting station, and then goes and opens the door.
The door slides open, and you see Quive enter inside, and he closes the door quickly, and then looks at it, and then locks the door. And then you see him pull out a little device, and then places it on the wall, and then you hear, Secure Zone activated.
I need to give me one of those.
Secure Zone?
That seems handy.
They're handy, but if something is inside the secure zone and is able to hack into it, then they can hear what... They're not super secure. They're only secure when there's not someone who's good at hacking. And he looks between the two of you. It's like, I can't stay here for long, or else it's going to get kind of suspicious. But
okay,
we should definitely...
You need me to probe you?
Well,
I say that in telepathy.
No.
Just out of fear.
He says, well, technically you can't really probe me. It's more like I need to allow you guys into my mind. So, but having an extra Nugonian to be able to do the process of the mental probing, we need to send Calibur into my mind as well, since both of you are coming in.
Yeah. Let me think about this. And Dr. Cal just puts a hand on like a Clive's like temple? Because I think that's where you touch for probing.
Roll me a straight intellect check.
This is a probing check?
Straight intellect.
I thought it'd be a probing check.
Roll me a straight intellect, please.
8 plus 20.
You get this funny feeling, like you recall certain memories of when Montezelic got to you, when your brother got to you, and how you've experienced other Nugonians probing attempts, and you don't know if Montezelic is still in your head and what that would do to others if you...
Right. Clive, this might be dangerous. Montezelic is in my head.
What?
Oh, right. I didn't tell you about that. Yeah, the big bad got in my head.
Oh.
Yep. This will be a one-way mission with Caliber.
But that's... I need you, Doctor, to be able to understand whether or not this is... Because... maybe you might be able to probe further, with Caliber, to probe further into my mind to find the pieces that are missing.
Well, yes, but we might accidentally release Monty into your head.
A part of me doesn't really care about that. And you see on his face this sense of desperation.
Okay, let's get it started then. If you go insane, that's your fault. And Dr. Cal tries figuring out how to do this.
Alright. He's like, okay. Alright, first we need to make sure that I need to probe Caliber, and then you need to probe with... You need to probe with me, Caliber, but it's gonna cycle through into my head. And you just need to allow it to happen, okay?
Yep, Caliber will secure conduit.
This isn't gonna hurt anything, right?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't hurt, unless you try to fight it off. That's the only way it would hurt, is if you're trying to fight us.
Yeah. I was gonna pull a chair up between them and sit in it and be like, okay, now what do I gotta do?
Probably lay down because you're so tall. That's probably what you gotta do.
Alright. You see Quive puts his fingers to Caliber's, I'd say his right temple. And you, Dr. Cal, go and put your fingers to Caliber's left temple. And as this happens, I need to roll a probe check for Quive.
I need to roll a probe check?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see here. Oh, God, that's not good. Caliber, I hope you don't die. 13 plus 6. 19. The worst I can possibly do.
You are able to sense an opening and kind of flow through Caliber's mind. As this happens, you feel this, it almost feels like a sensation of seeing a slight glimpse of Caliber, and you see a Nugonian that they look familiar, but then you don't remember who they are, but you see a Nugonian training Caliver as an assassin, and then you see it takes you through, and then you enter into what looks like a clear metallic structure. You see it looks like a hallway that leads down multiple other hallways and forks off. And it looks like a core command, maybe base ship. You're not quite sure. You see Quive is there next to you, Dr. Cal, and Caliber, you appear as well next to them. Welcome to my mind.
Okay, what is the restricted part? Well, the part that you think pieces are missing.
Okay, so it all began here, and you see people begin to form in different locations. It's like, this is where everything goes black for me. This is the Fleet Titan barricade on Admiral what was her name? Optina Mais?
You know, I can't honestly remember. It's been a bit. I thought you were taking notes of these more frequently.
Wait, what did you say?
Do you remember the admiral's name?
Oh no, this is a different admiral.
Oh, different. Okay, that's my tip.
He said,
I thought this was the same shady one.
No, he says, Admiral Optina Mais. There's something about. Here, I'll show you. And you see he begins to walk down the hallway and then turn a corner. And as he turns a corner, you see him walking over and then stops and then looks around the corner for a second. You go, and as you are walking, he stops you and puts his hand out and then says, there are portions of my mind that might fight us. Might fight you. Okay? But they're not, they won't kill you, then we're going to try to shunt you out of my mind. Okay?
Okay.
And you see he looks over, and you look over, both of you. As you look over, you see Asla. Dr. Cal.
I see Asla?
Yes, you see Asla. She is over at a console and pressing a few buttons. And then you see it looks like a figure walks up to Asla, and the figure, I'd like you to roll me a perception check, both of you.
Perception check?
Perception check.
I got a 12. 24 plus 6, which equals 30. I think I see it.
I got a 10.
I think there's a person in front of me, Matt. I got a 30. Do I get a prize?
10 total, or is that a 10 on the die?
It's... You talking about...
Total.
Talking about?
Yeah.
I'm talking about caliber. What's the total?
The total is 10.
The total is 10. Okay.
How low is your will? Oh, you don't have a lot in perception. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right.
I thought about ranking up perception, but then I didn't.
As you look over, you see what looks like a prime to you, Caliber. And as you look over Dr. Cal, you see the prime looks like they look like a sin to you. It's not a prime, it's a sin. And Quive says, "Do you see that?"
Yes, I see that. What's with the sin?
Yeah, what's with the prime?
Wait.
What?
So you both see something different?
Yeah, I see a prime.
I'm pretty sure it's a sin. Is it not?
I don't see anything.
What do you see? Wait.
And you see that Asla is looking over and talking to them and then begins to walk off with them. With this prime, this sin, and Quive is like, I've always seen nothing there. And then every time I go near it, it's almost like I lose sight of everything.
Who's the woman?
That's Asla.
That is my commanding officer.
Yeah.
She's the one that barged into your room while we were talking the other day?
Yeah.
He also babysat Frodo one time. And he was a lot
really?
Wait,
worse.
she did? That's...
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
That's
wasn't
where
it
she
Commander
was.
Asla?
She had a mission. How long ago was it? That was probably...
When was that?
That was probably...
A week or two ago?
Yeah, it was like a week or two ago. Actually, probably like 3 weeks ago.
It was something like 3 weeks ago. Frodo was worse back then. He's gotten a lot... Well, he was getting a lot better.
I was about to say.
Well, you mess with old core data from the Weird Factory and you get some issues.
Okay. Well, there's something about this memory that it feels like it's the main point of it all, but there's something deeper that goes beyond it all. I don't know how to explain it. There's a Nugonian. There's a specific Nugonian that is a part of it. I don't remember their name, though. Every time I try to think of their name, I can't remember it. And then there is a title. There's a title that appears in my head, and it just continuously appears, and I can't recall it. Here, let me show you. And you see him close his eyes for a second, and everything shifts, and then you see it looks like a gray space all around you, and then you hear champion, 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 champion.
Was that a voice?
It sounds like a voice of Quive, but also it sounds like the voice of Asla, as well as Viken, the one that was kind of an asshole to you, Dr. Cal, and an asshole basically, the asshole one. And they keep saying champion, 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 champion.
I cannot hear that over phone mic.
It's saying
It's
saying
It
champion.
is way too low for phone mic.
It's saying champion.
Champion?
Champion. Like a champion.
I think I know what they're talking about. Sorry, that's lore that Dr. Cal doesn't know.
Don't be metagaming now.
I'm not metagaming. I just that just was like wait.
Literally saying I think I know what they're talking about is exactly what is metagaming.
I'm not going to use that against anything. I just know what it is as a person, not as a character. There's a difference. Do you want me to say it out loud, Matt?
No.
Come on, Matt. Just mute this entire part out.
No. Those who listen to the podcast will know.
Yeah, they will.
But you're hearing this, and Quive says, I don't know what it means, but it just consistently says champion. I've researched it, and the only thing that pops up inside my research has to do with Venus, the realm of Venus, and the Cantal. But also,
isn't that the Cantal's homeland?
Well, it's the only thing that makes the most sense. But the thing is apparently their champion has been missing for some time. And I haven't gotten a chance to go and see if they know something that I don't know, because I've been a part of Core Command, and every single time I try to leave, it's almost like there's something stopping me in my head. A fear that if I go, I'm going to... I don't know.
Is this all you need to show us, Clive?
No. This is just a little part of it. It is the Nigonian. And you see he shifts the memory over back to what seems to be it looks like a world with just snow completely covering the ground, and Asla, Quive, Viken, and that Sin or Prime that you saw from before, working with them. This was a mission that we had. It was me, Asla, and Viken, and we went to recover a Nigonian from a counter-command base. And you see what looks like a battle raging from over the horizon, over this mountain range that you see, and you see several pods flying overhead and firing off at each other, and a war that is going on as Asla, Viken, Quive, and the Sin/Prime that Quive did not mention going into this counter command base.
Just for clarification, me and Caliber are seeing different things?
You see, Caliber seems to be seeing a Prime. You, Dr. Cow, are seeing a Sin. Quive...
Okay, I thought when you said that, I thought you meant that it was a very Prime-like Sin. Okay.
No. You're seeing
just
different things. You're seeing different things completely.
Got it.
And
that just confused me, so I need to double check.
Yeah. As you go inside, you see you guys go down this bunker, and you see they all begin to fight. It seems like they're beginning to fight a group of Prime that are like soldiers of counter command, and then you notice a Nugonian step out, and then beginning to fight them as well. And Dr. Cow,
is it Dr. Vinton, or is it my dad?
You look at
those are like the two Nugonians.
You look at this Nugonian, and as you look at them, they seem to be a Cortexian informant from the Daimo Cortex. You don't know who they are. They are killed.
Okay.
In this battle.
Okay.
And then they enter into a room, a chamber, where you see another Nugonian that is they are a Kargarath, but they are lying there asleep. And Viken picks them up and takes them over to the ship. And you hear Asla talking about what they're going to do about this Nugonian. And whether or not they're going to try to wake him up to find out what's going on, or let him sleep and take him to Admiral Optina Mize for their mission that they have. As this happens, you see Quive is just like, this Nugonian, and he points towards them. Their name is it is part of history, like deep history of everything of Corps Command, and they're a part of Corps Command. I know this for certain because of all the conversations that we had, but I can't remember their name, and every single time they talk about it, I can't hear it. I'd like you both to roll me a perception check.
Perception check?
To see if you can hear... To see if you can hear their conversations going on.
28.
16.
28 and 16?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You both listen in to their conversation. It is very muffled. It almost sounds like Quive's own mind is muffling it. You're hearing like, and then they begin to argue back and forth. And as they argue back and forth, you see Viken begins to point at the Nugonian, and then begins to watch him. And as he watches him for time on end as they are traveling, you suddenly see the Nugonian's eyes open up, and he sits up, and then you see Viken looking over at him. And as this is happening, both of you begin to hear this Nugonian speaking. It's almost like you hear them being very calm and collected. And you hear Viken saying, I don't care who you are. And it's almost like you're starting to make out what Viken is saying. And you're also starting to make out what this Nugonian is saying. And it's like, and he says to Viken, I'm sure things will make sense once we reach our destination. I'll go let the others that you're awake. Let them know that you're awake. And you see him stand up. And Viken stands up and begins to walk out of the chamber. And then you hear, thank you. Don't mention it. And you see him walk out. Viken walks out of the door. And then he brings over Asla. And as he brings over Asla walks in and then looks back over towards where you see the Prime walking in, Caliber, you also see you, Dr. Cal, see Sin walking in, and Asla looks towards them, and then the Nugonian looks towards Asla. It's like, "Are you aware of who I am?" And Asla says, "You're one of the ones that helped found the command colonies, correct?" "I am." And you see Asla is like, "Well, you are safe now from Counter Command. I was safe with them." "I don't understand." "You are in time, but I think it's all right. I will go with you." Asla looks over towards the Sin/Prime and then says, "What do you think we should do?" And you see Dr. Cal, the Sin, looks over towards Quive and then says, "Perhaps let the Nugonian probe his mind." What do you guys do?
I mean, there's not much we can do. We're just kind of watching a memory.
You're watching a memory, but you can discuss if you like.
Okay, so we're both seeing different guys talking with that guy, and I point towards ambiguous guy.
Okay. You hear Quive say, "So you're still seeing the same thing from before?"
He must have been an old person in your command that's awful.
Yeah. He looks like he was a member of the squad.
I don't.
Is he telling you to probe him or something right now?
The memory ends right here.
Oh, they really don't want you to know what he knows inside his head, then.
Perhaps. We could interrogate your commanding officer.
What? No, we're not going to interrogate Asla.
Asla is completely innocent in. Asla is completely innocent in this. She's an amazing woman, and she's helped me tremendously. It's just I don't know how to bring this up because she's so loyal. Same with Viking, but Viking is very stubborn, and he doesn't think about anything other than getting stronger and being able to defend. Core command.
Can Dr. Cal go up to that one Nugonian, the Nugonian they're talking to, and see if he can touch that Nugonian?
Okay. You go over towards that Nugonian. He's like, "What are you doing, Doctor? What are you doing?"
I'm going to try to probe it.
I don't think you could
it
probe.
It seems to be the continuation of this memory.
I don't think you could probe a Nugonian inside my mind.
I've heard of weirder things before, and Dr. Cal tries it.
As you go over to this Nugonian inside
someone else's mind.
Inside Quive's mind, you hear Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal. And you hear zip, zip. Wait, did you hear all that I said? I don't know if my Discord bit was stupid.
It was basically just Dr. Cal getting notifications?
No, you hear Dr. Cal, and then zzz, zzz, and Caliber, you hear Dr. Cal. as you see the Prime step forward.
Oh.
And
I look up to the Sin, then.
You look over towards the Sin, and you see their eyes beginning to glow silver and spiraling. And then they begin to glow red.
Oh, God damn it.
And as this happens, I'd like you guys to roll me initiative.
Initiative. That's just straight agility.
Yep.
8 plus agility makes that 19.
19. Nice.
Luckily, we both have high agility.
Oh, I got 20.
Okay. Caliber, you go first.
This is not a...
Oh, you rolled an 8 as well.
As you see this Prime walking over towards Dr. Cal, and they seem to have a more threatening stance. And Quive, you see Quive is looking over towards Dr. Cal and is like, "What are you doing? Don't stop!" And it doesn't seem like Quive notices the Prime standing there, but he seems to be wanting Dr. Cal to stop.
Clive, there's a person walking aggressively towards Dr. Cal directly. And can you see them?
Dr. Cal, please don't go near him. Don't go near him, or else you're probably gonna get shunted out of here. And you see...
Okay, I'll take that as a no.
He's not paying attention to you at all.
Cal was going to quick draw his revolver and just start firing at the guy.
All right. Go ahead and roll...
gunslinger.
Oh, you're going to do gunslinger.
Just directly at him.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 4 light-ranged offensive forms.
Okay, there's 4. Okay, so that's a 5, a 6, a 1, and an 11.
So it's just going to be a plus 14 to your rolls.
Okay, so let's go with start with 5, 14. That's a 19 on the first shot.
That hits.
Does it slow him down any?
You have 3 more shots. Gunslinger, man.
Okay.
Actually, I think Gunslinger
Okay, the
also
second
does
shot
something
is a
too.
20.
That hits. Let me check Gunslinger.
Okay,
real quick.
third shot. The third shot is a 16. No, wait, no, that's wrong. The third shot is a 15.
That hits. 3 hits so far.
Oh, well, then the last one's probably going to hit too. The last one is a 25.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll. Let's see. So that's gonna be 4d8 plus. I think that's 16. 48 plus 16.
48 plus 16.
Yes.
Oh, and that's a 19. 19 plus 16. 35.
35. Okay. You fire off these 4 shots right at this Prime. You see them kind of reel back 4 times. It almost looks like how you would imagine the Terminator being shot, and them kind of getting shot backwards and reeling back a bit. As this happens, you see Quive grab onto his head, and he's like, ah! And begins to scream in agony. What do you do?
Is it still my turn?
That was your maneuver and your forms. You have one more maneuver to use. You don't have any forms.
Okay. Can I? So which one of these two do I have to hit in order to break the connection and take us all out of here?
You're not sure. Go ahead and roll me a straight intellect check.
Oh no. Okay, so that's a D12 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
I got a 10.
Okay. You think about this, and you remember Quive saying that there are certain things that will try to fight you and will probably try to, like, actually bring you out of the situation. So maybe taunting this thing to have it come after you to get you out will be better. You think that might be the best strategy? Because it might be one of this thing might be one of those things that are going to fight you. Kind of like a
okay.
Kind of like a what is it? What is it called? A white blood cell, or like a T. What's that cell called when inside our bodies that fight off infections and shit?
Immune cells.
Yeah, the immunity stuff. You know, I don't have a high rank in biology. I don't know.
You said it. You said both types. Like one of the main two types of immune cells.
They're both.
And then you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt myself. Sorry.
I'm gonna.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna taunt it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a taunt.
Use that strength, big boy.
Yeah.
Oh, taunt has no rank.
Yeah, you haven't really.
I'm guessing.
You haven't done anything with it, so it's just gonna be a
straight strength.
Straight strength. And
okay. Oh no.
Oh god, what'd you roll? I
rolled a 1.
Oh my gosh.
How much is that altogether, Mike?
That's an 11.
11.
As you do this you kind of put your chest out, and then you start banging on your chest like a gorilla, and you look at this thing. He's like, "Come after me!" And you see it just looks at you and then scoffs and shrugs its shoulders, and then looks over at Dr. Cal, and then bolts towards Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal, it is your turn as you see this thing begins to rush over towards you. What are you going to do?
I guess first is I'm going to run over towards Caliber over there.
Okay. If you're running over towards Caliber, you're going to end up getting an opportunity attack on you. Because he's rushing towards you, and you're going to have to kind of rush away, and it's like he's literally going to be able to try to grab you or do whatever he's going to do to you. So
we're inside of a mind.
You are.
And we're probing said mind.
You are.
Can I try trapping this thing? Like, can I try pushing this thing back with the probe?
Please roll me a probe check.
Let's hope. It's a 5. 12 plus 5 equals 17 plus a 4 equals a 21.
You try to, as you kind of reach out in this probe to try to figure it out, you feel this. It almost feels like this frequency begins to hit you, and you can feel the probe waves coming off of Quive, and it almost begins to cancel out your probe, and you see that he is struggling and he's in pain as this creature comes closer to you and gets within range to hit you. I'd like you to roll me a dodge check.
Good up. Oh, that's shit. 16.
Caliber, you watch as soon as this thing hits the Dr. Cal into the chest, you both wake up, and you see Quive wake up as well. And you guys are all inside your chamber, and Quive kind of reels back, and you see him heaving, like he's trying to grasp for breath right now.
Can Dr. Cal roll a medicine to try helping him out?
Yes, go ahead.
8 plus 20, 23.
23. You can tell that he is. It seems like he took a big chunk of his energy, and he's also and his stamina, and he's very exhausted and completely depleted, and it looks like he's trying to hold on to his life as you check on him, and you feel like the best thing for him is to make him pass out, to fall asleep and recover and rejuvenate whatever he lost.
Should I try feeding him one of those energy bars? Stamina regen?
Sure, yeah. You do remember him grabbing a nutrition from Dr. Dresden, so you go and take out his nutrition, and you go to try to feed it to him. Let me see if he can.
I break it up into real small bits.
You break it up into little small bits to make it easier on him, and you give it to him. As that happens, you see him, and you see he passes out on your floor. You check his pulse. He seems fine, just tired. Caliber, you look over. There is no Prime going after and punching or grabbing onto Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal is still there. Everything is here. Yeah. It looks like you're in reality.
I'm not the med waves. Doesn't seem physically hurt. I tried transferring some energy over. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Guess we can say he had a panic attack.
What happened? You hear Sylvie.
It's hard to explain. Something in his brain wanted us out, caused him to have some kind of reaction. Did you shoot his memories? I look over at Caliber.
I was just like, what else was I supposed to do?
I mean,
I'm a gun. I don't do mind probing.
Yeah, to be fair. Should we bring him to the med bay and say he has a panic attack?
Roll me a straight intellect check, Caliber.
Oh, God. Not again. Oh, thank God. Yes. Finally.
Wow.
Jesus has blessed me with a 12.
For some reason...
Jesus, that's only a 16.
So
Caliber. For some reason, you just remember things, and you remember him. You remember Quive saying that he doesn't want other people to know that you guys are like talking to each other because he feels like this is a bigger situation going on, and if people see that you guys are working together, then things might start getting connected. You guys might start getting connected to the larger conspiracy that he thinks about. And from what you just saw inside his head, you're starting to feel like there's something going on.
Okay, Dr. Cal.
Yep.
I don't think we should take him to the med bay.
Why not?
Well, earlier, I met him on our way up to the med bay, he said he didn't want anybody else knowing about our situation, or that he knows that, or that people know that we know that he knows. He thinks that if we get caught up into a conspiracy, we're not going to be able to help him figure it out.
Well, let's see. He's on our floor. There's only about one other option we really have.
Throw him in the bed?
Dr. Cal's like still putting a few of those small bits of energy. Because it looked like he'd like lost all of his stamina, so he keeps breaking up little pieces of that energy bar. He can get his energy back. He shouldn't have to rest as long, and he can get the fuck out of my bedroom. Dr. Cal just kind of... Yeah, we need to put him on the bed.
Which one? Wait, does Proto have a cot in this room?
I think he has.
I just realized I never asked.
He sleeps. I remember him sleeping.
Yes.
We'll throw him in Proto's cot.
All right, you put him on Proto's bed. Are you going to? What's the plan? Now that you have a unconscious Negonian laying inside your room.
Let me think. Do I have a
caffeine on the ship, right?
Dr. Cal looks around, see if he has any caffeine or something. You know, something to wake someone up.
Not inside your room. Probably inside the kitchen downstairs.
Calabash, can you go get some caffeine? That should wake him up. At least get him out of our quarters. We don't want him there any longer.
True. But are we just going to force feed it to him?
Yes.
While he's in contact?
He'll be fine. Come on, I know some medical history.
Suddenly, you guys hear... Attention crew. All hands to battle stations. And then you hear...
Where?
And you hear footsteps rushing around outside your room. What do you do?
Well, I need to head to the engine department, right? Isn't that my station? What was the Dr. Cal station? He was an engineer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Dr. Cal starts heading that way.
You were supposed to be going over to the drive core chamber.
I was just about to head there.
Yeah. Where are you going, Caliber? Are you going to follow him to watch him, or are you going to go somewhere else?
Does Caliber have a battle station?
You were not assigned. You were not specifically assigned one. You know that your mission is to watch Dr. Cal and make sure that he's okay.
Okay.
But
So,
if you'd like to go and find a battle station, you may, or you could just make sure that nothing infiltrates into the actual pod, into the actual vessel.
Anti-infiltration might be your best.
Yeah, anti-infiltration would probably be your best bet.
yeah,
because
I should probably go and...
Because if they're carvers, they're gonna carve their way through.
Dr. Cal looks over at the unconscious Quive.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we gotta get him up. Be real suspicious if he was in our bedroom after the thing's up.
You hear
Dr. Cal tries waking him up.
You hear more footsteps going around. As you go over and you start to try to wake him up, you see him. You kind of like, how do you wake him up? How do you try to wake him up?
I gently nudge on his arm. Well, I kind of shake his entire chest gently.
All right, you shake
enough movement to wake up the brain without shaking him around.
All right, you kind of shake his chest. He's like, and let me see.
Quive.
He looks up.
You have to get the hell out of here.
Oh my head! What the hell happened?
Something. We'll talk about this later, Quive. Eat some energy bars.
And
say that you got a concussion while you're out there. We're under attack.
That noise it's hurting my head. And you hear the dum 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 dum.
Quive, you got to get out of my room as soon as possible. People see you in here. It'll be dangerous.
Yeah, you don't have to dump me twice. You see, he starts getting over it. He's like, did we figure out what was wrong with my head?
Dr. Cal sees. What should I roll to try figuring out what's wrong with his head? Probe? Should I do a probe?
No, it would be an intellect check or a strategy if you have strategy, but you don't have strategy, so I'd say...
I have strategy,
you
but
have
I don't have anything on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll my strategy check.
Hey, I want to roll resourceful, thank you very much, which means a +3.
Okay. Understood.
That will be 9, 21.
Something you feel like that's connected to Proto and the architects might be behind whatever is going on inside Quive's brain, but you don't know how that's possible.
Whatever's going on inside your brain, it probably has something to do with those damn architects, just like whatever happened with Proto.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, that's what we saw.
You suddenly hear
They had the same eyes as Proto.
You suddenly hear...
On our door.
Dr. Cal! Dr. Cal! It sounds like Seville.
Caliber? Hi, Tim. Just stand in front of him. You're large. And I go up to the door.
You go up to the door slides open, and he looks at you, he's like...
I'm heading.
Okay, come on. We need to go.
And I shut the door behind me.
The door
I still have Sylvie on me, don't I?
You do.
Hey. Sylvie, you know what to deal with if we get any messages.
Here are the priorities, okay? We need to reinforce the armored shell around our vessel. We need to make sure that all all of the generators are at top efficiency, so that any shields and radars are perfectly set, so that we can detect anything that's coming in our way. We have already detected one vessel out within, I'd say like 500 kilometers from our position. They're approaching slowly. We have activated the stealth fields, but we need to optimize them. Okay, those are the four things we need to work on.
We need to work on hull optimization of generators, working on the engines. Is that what you said?
The engines,
last but not least,
the engines. We're not focusing on the engines right now. We're focusing on making sure that the armor is intact, that the generators are working, the fields are optimized, and we need to make sure that the thrusters are able to get us out of here. We need to get in a good range away from this area, so that we can continue to work on the drive cores. And you see he's kind of stressed out at this point. It's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. There's something wrong with the drive core configuration. I thought we fixed it, but there's something. It feels like something sabotaged our drive core.
Where is the gunner stuff? Sorry, I'm trying to find the space mechanic stuff, and I straight up can't find it.
Yeah, I think the actual Discord already took away the thread. I can open it up. I believe. Let me find it. It would be under squad up.
Yeah, at me and Marsh, because Marsh is probably going to go infiltrator after he deals with.
I haven't made the infiltrator role, so we'll have to figure that out before next session.
Well, Caliber, you got the problem.
Oh no.
Yeah, you got to get Quive out of there without people realizing. There it is.
But yes, as you're heading over, you go over and enter into the actual the generator chamber and the laboratories. And as you do so, you see all the other technical operatives that are inside this vessel are also here. And then you see Savol looks over and is counting everyone and is like, well, where's tech operative Quive? Where's the other damn Nugonian? And he looks around. Fuck.
He might have gotten. Has the ship been shaken?
The ship has not
at all yet.
It hasn't shaken or anything like that. It seems like right now they have detected something incoming, and everyone's basically getting ready for whatever might come. You don't know what is coming, but something is coming. But you see Savol is like, everyone, you have your directions. Get to it. I'm gonna go find Quive. All right. And you see he begins to turn around. What are you gonna do, Dr. Cal?
Shit.
You see he's walking.
Quive is up.
He's walking over towards the door.
Oh, my door?
No, he's walking.
Or like the generator door.
The door.
Well, Quive should be out of there by now, shouldn't he? Unless Quive's just being an idiot.
You're not sure. The last thing you did was tell Caliber to put him to stand right in front of Quive while he was getting up. Basically, he was getting up last you checked. So you're not sure if he left the room or not. But it seems like Savol is going to go find Quive right now. Are you going to just stay here and work on...
Savol, he'll probably appear at some point. We'll be fine.
We need everyone
probably
here.
Need you here. All hands on deck. Well, yes. Why are you leaving then?
Because
What if he just shows up while you're gone?
And go ahead and roll me an influence check with advantage.
With advantage? Because I said smart thing?
With advantage, because you said something smart.
Oh, God. Please.
If you have talent, you get a +3.
Okay, so that's a 4. So that's with talent. I do not have talent.
Well, then you only get a +1.
Have stamina.
You only get a +1.
I do have stamina. Yeah, but Matt, I have stamina. I use barter.
Okay.
That doesn't work. Does it? I don't know. It's your choice. Does barter work?
I'll allow it if you want to use stamina for this.
8. So that's altogether a 12 plus 1, which is a 13, plus
6.
charm, which is -3.
Plus 6 with the coding.
Plus 6 with the coding, so 16.
As you say this, he looks down and is like, fine. And you see he goes over to a little console button and is like, and you see he goes and starts typing something out. He's like, all right, everyone get to work.
Sylvie, make sure Calibur's okay.
Okay.
And I kind of, put like the hand symbol.
Meanwhile,
I don't know. I think Sylvie can figure out what I mean by that.
Meanwhile, Calibur, you got in front of Quive, and then Dr. Cal left, and you see Quive is just like, my head hurts so much right now.
Come on, Calibur. You need him out of the room. I don't care if you throw him.
I think I'm just gonna. And you see him kind of put his back, and then he begins to put his head down into the pillows. Like, I think I'm just gonna rest a bit more.
Marsh, get him the fuck out of here.
What are you doing, Caliber?
Shit.
He just starts kind of just laying there.
I'm just gonna grab him by the arm, throw him onto the floor, and say, "We are being attacked. You need to get up."
You throw him onto the floor. He's like, well, damn. Okay, Jesus. I don't. And you see him get up, and as he gets up, he's like, fine. I get up. You see, he goes over and walks towards the door, and he's like, wait, we're being attacked, you said?
You might want to wait a few minutes, though. Civil's outside.
Oh. And you see him reel down and put his hands on his temples. He's like, why does this hurt so much? What did you see in my head?
What did you say?
What did you see in my head?
There was a prime. He was trying to get... Wait a second. Did you not see any of what we saw? Like, at all? Not even the scene? The battle?
All I remember is... Dr. Cal. He He's trying to probe the Nugonian. He looks over towards you, and he gives you this look of... Where's Dr. Cal? Where did he go? He went to... And you see him go over towards his door. The door slides open. And then he's like... I need to find Dr. Cal. And he begins to head out. What do you do, Caliber?
I'm gonna run out the door after him.
You run out the door after him and begin to follow suit as he rushes over, and he's like, if we're in the middle of combat, then he must be at the lavatories. And you see him going over towards the lift. The door slides open, and as you follow along, we're gonna end the session there.
Oh, Marsh, you chose the violent option.
Well, yeah.
I was just going to say that he hit his head while, like, people were rushing past him.
I was thinking about, like, making it look like a Caliber just freaking knocked him down to the ground walking out the door or something. But I was like, But then he just walked out the door, so, yeah.
18 CP.
Well, he's out of my room, so it's no longer my problem.
18 CP.
Wait, how much?
18. I said it 5 times now.
It is getting worse, Matt. It's like you're getting further from the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
18 CP?
18 CP.
No, it's better now. 18 CP?
You're just going to keep repeating it? The audience is going to be
I'm
like...
making sure.
The audience is going to be like...
It sounds like you're saying...
What the fuck?
What do you want me to say, Matt? It doesn't sound completely clear.
It's not my fault. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to understand you guys sometimes, too. I kind of just ignore it at times. I'm just like, okay. You guys said gibberish, so I'm just going to assume you said gibberish.
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, Matt, but you're the one recording this. You should probably tell us when we're saying gibberish.
Yeah.
I know.
Isn't that kind of your job? Matt, isn't that what you have to do? Also, Disciple Will time.
It's Disciple's Will time?
I have all of the CP for it.
Well, I think Caliber should get that perception up.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if there's going to be anything that's infiltrating inside, you're probably going to want to get that up.
Disciple's Will counts as a feat. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, it counts as a feat. But yes, thank you all for listening to the 21st entry of The Doctor. I hope you're getting entertained by all the stupid shit that's been going down, because there's a lot of...
I love how that's the way you put it, which is correct.
It's just stupid shit.
Yeah, it's stupid shit.
But
Dr. Cal.
But hey, it's honestly like it's just picked up. The plot has picked up since you got probed by Montezelic, honestly. Tethered, I should say. Tethered. But yes, I'm sorry for...
Oh, now we know what it is.
I'm sorry for the technical difficulties also in the session, too. Like, 2 sessions ago, we had technical difficulties so bad that we actually had to cancel our session. So, this is... Well, yeah, if ever there becomes a problem like this, we might switch over to phone, but I prefer not to switch over to phone because the quality isn't as good. But, yeah. Hopefully this isn't as bad as, as other things. But anyways, thank you all for listening to Entry 21 of The Doctor. And if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power. And credits. I thank you for listening to The Doctor. Be sure to check out the official New Age campaign, now releasing here on the podcast and streaming bi-weekly Tuesdays on Twitch. A link will be found in the description of this entry. And if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.